Well, tonight, a call for action in Atlanta after the death of Cornelius Taylor in January. It happened as an Atlanta Public Works crew worked to clear out a homeless encampment. The medical examiner ruled that his death was caused by blunt force injuries of the abdomen and pelvis, and attorneys for Taylor's family say those injuries came from heavy machinery used in the cleanout. 11 Live's Molly Oak is live outside of City Hall tonight. Molly, this comes as activists tell you the old Wheat Street encampment is set to be cleared out tomorrow.
Yeah, Jennifer, and activists say that the cleanouts are just ineffective, to put it plain and simply. Now they're calling for people inside this building, Atlanta City Hall, to make some serious changes. On Monday morning,
we unfortunately have to come back to this crime scene
at the homeless encampment on Old Wheat Street.
We're here today with a sense of urgency.
Activists calling for a moratorium on the camp cleanouts, calling for change.
We are calling for the removal of the heads of those organizations, specifically Partners for Home, who is more than complicit in the death of Cornelius Taylor. We are calling for accountability, and we want it now.
Claiming the task force on homelessness response isn't making any major changes since Cornelius Taylor's death.
And the task force has come up with a plan that resembles the old plan, facilitated by the same folks. The only difference is they're not going to use bulldozers, they're using bobcats instead.
This press conference happening as another encampment is getting cleaned out on Pryor Street.
They have bobcats down there. Bobcats are pretty heavy. The task force has not even finished its job, and you're out sweeping again. Shame on Partners for Home. Shame on the city of Atlanta. Shame on its mayor.
Mayor Andre Dickens sent out a statement in response to the encampment closure, saying in part, they pose serious health, life, and safety risks that we have a moral obligation to address. Following the newly created recommendations from our task force and after weeks of outreach, our neighbors will be relocated to safe and secure housing that will put them on the road to self-sufficiency. I asked activists how they'd respond to that statement.
On the record, bull. Okay? Does this look moral? Your moral duty took place long before we started sending police and equipment down to places to remove the precious little that someone who has nothing from them. That's where your moral obligation begins and ends.
Now, the city says those that were living at the Pryor Street encampment did get previous notice about the cleanup and closure. They said that notice happened in April, although activists disagree with that timeline. The city also saying outreach teams are working with the folks at the Pryor Street encampment to connect them to services. Reporting live in Atlanta, Molly Oak, 11 Live News.